In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean the two washable filters inside the Alive Air Purifier. And these really need to be cleaned about once a month on average for the average home. Of course, it depends on your conditions, but usually after a month you open it up, you're going to see some dust and dirt inside those filters when you first open the front cover. And then every third month, it's a good idea to check the HEPA filter. That's the cloth filter behind the electrostatic. And you can check that by holding a piece of paper up to the HEPA filter. And if you notice any grayish or brownish color, probably a good time to change the filter. And certainly your health and your lungs are worth more than the cost of a new filter. And then you can run the machine 24/7. Some people turn it off during certain seasons, and or maybe they go away for a week just to save electricity. But most of the time, you can run it 24/7. It's rated for over 100,000 hours, the fan motor, and I think that's like 11 or more years. So there's no problem running it all the time. Okay, what you're going to need is a little dollop of dish detergent, not dishwasher detergent, and then warm water in a tub or a large sink. What you're going to want to avoid is using hot water, because that actually can misshape or misform the pre-filter. It can actually bend from the hot water or go out of shape as the plastic contracts. And then don't ever reinstall the filters when they're wet or even damp in any way. It can affect the electronics and actually void your warranty. And then don't wipe the electrostatic grid. The dish detergent is plenty to clean it off. You might be tempted to wipe it down or use a brush on it or something, but the detergent will take care of that. And the reason we want you not to do that is it's got these very small wires in each chamber of the electrostatic, and it's potential you could break those if you try to wipe it down. So we're just going to let it sit in the sink and let the detergent do the job. And then if you open up the machine and you notice any kind of a white powder, that's usually caused by humidifiers using tap water. If you use tap water in a humidifier, it can release minerals or chemicals into the air, and those will show up as a white powder inside the air purifier. It can clog the machine and pollute the air. And so if you have a humidifier, always use distilled water. Okay, now let's remove the front cover by unplugging the machine first. Face the front of the machine, and on either side of the faceplate, about where these arrows are pointing to, you run your hands just down the right and left side of the machine, and toward the bottom you'll notice this little tab, and here's a picture of one on the left. This is the left hand side tab. There's one on the right that's exactly the same. You just push those in and pull a little bit on the cover, and the bottom of the cover will pop off. And then as in the right picture, then you just lift the cover off the top. Okay. Now while you're at it, now that you've got the two filters and the front cover off, you can also rinse out the front cover just under the shower head with water and set that aside to let that dry as well. Sometimes it'll gather a little dust on the inside, and that dust can also affect the auto sensor if you use that. So you can rinse that off, the front cover off underwater, and set it aside. And then take the two filters, lay them down in the sink as shown in the left picture, and then get the water running warm, not hot, and close the drain, and then drop your dish detergent into the water. And then as in the third picture, you're just going to have soapy water, and then just fill it up enough to cover the two filters. Usually 3 or 4 inches is plenty. Then let it soak for 30 minutes. Take the filters out, rinse them off with the shower head, and then let the filters dry completely. And it's going to depend on conditions and humidity and where you leave them, and in terms of how long it takes, but it's important that they're completely dry, not damp or moist in any way. Okay, then you just install the filters back in the reverse order. And here's a little hint. The electrostatic, it's got little stickers on it. It'll show you what's the front and the back, and you'll know the bottom of it because it's got little, as you see in the right hand picture, it's got this little piece of metal which is your connector of it to the electronics. And so you just kind of lean it into the top, click it in, and you'll hear the bottom snap into place. Okay, then you just replace the front cover in reverse order. You kind of lean it, the top of it grabs over the top, you kind of lean it toward the back, and then you just swing it down and you'll hear the two little tabs click in on the bottom. And because you took the cover off and because you unplugged it, you're going to want to reset the auto sensors if you use those, which are shown how to do that in the next video.